The Beginner's English Level 4, The Benefits of Intermittent Fasting. Intermittent fasting is an eating pattern that cycles between periods of eating and fasting. Unlike traditional diets, it focuses on when you eat rather than what you consume. This practice has gained popularity due to its potential health benefits and simplicity. One major advantage of intermittent fasting is its ability to promote weight loss. By restricting the eating window, the body burns stored fat for energy. Studies show that intermittent fasting can boost metabolism and increase fat burning. Another benefit is improved insulin sensitivity, which helps regulate blood sugar levels. Lower insulin levels reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes and obesity. Intermittent fasting also supports cellular repair through a process called autophagy. Autophagy removes damaged cells, which may lower the risk of chronic diseases. Heart health improves as fasting reduces bad cholesterol, blood pressure, and inflammation. Some research suggests intermittent fasting may enhance brain function and protect against neurodegeneration. It increases the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which supports cognitive health. Fasting also triggers the release of norepinephrine, improving focus and mental clarity. Many people experience increased energy levels and better digestion with intermittent fasting. Giving the digestive system a break can reduce bloating and improve gut health. Intermittent fasting may also extend lifespan by activating longevity-related genes in animals. While human studies are ongoing, early results show promising anti-aging effects. Another advantage is its simplicity, as it doesn't require calorie counting or restrictions. Popular methods include the 16-8, 5:2, and eat-stop-eat approaches for flexibility. However, intermittent fasting may not be suitable for everyone, especially pregnant women. People with medical conditions should consult a doctor before starting fasting routines. Hydration is crucial during fasting periods to avoid dehydration and maintain energy. Black coffee, tea, and water are allowed during fasting to curb hunger. Combining intermittent fasting with a balanced diet and exercise maximizes health benefits. Some individuals report better sleep and reduced cravings after adapting to fasting. Consistency is key to seeing long-term results with intermittent fasting practices. While results vary, many find it sustainable compared to restrictive diet plans. Intermittent fasting encourages mindful eating, helping people develop a healthier relationship with food. It teaches discipline and reduces impulsive snacking, leading to better food choices. Social and cultural factors may influence how easily one adopts fasting. Planning meals ahead ensures nutritional needs are met within the eating window. Fasting may initially cause hunger, irritability, or fatigue as the body adjusts. These side effects often subside within a few weeks of consistent practice. Tracking progress through journals or apps can help maintain motivation and accountability. Intermittent fasting is not a quick fix but a lifestyle change for wellness. Research continues to explore its long-term effects on metabolism and disease prevention. Many athletes use fasting to optimize performance and body composition effectively. The practice aligns with ancestral eating patterns, mimicking feast and famine cycles. Modern lifestyles with constant food availability make intermittent fasting a beneficial reset. Whether for weight loss, health, or mental clarity, fasting offers multiple advantages. Listening to your body's signals ensures a safe and effective fasting experience. With proper guidance, intermittent fasting can be a powerful tool for well-being. The Beginner's English Level 4: The Benefits of Meditation. Meditation is a practice where individuals focus their mind on a particular object, thought, or activity. It has been used for centuries across various cultures to promote relaxation and mental clarity. Many people turn to meditation to reduce stress, improve concentration, and enhance emotional well-being. Scientific studies have shown that regular meditation can lead to significant improvements in both mental and physical health. Whether practiced for spiritual growth or personal development, meditation offers numerous benefits. One of the most notable benefits of meditation is its positive impact on physical health. Regular practice can lower blood pressure, reduce chronic pain, and improve sleep quality. Meditation strengthens the immune system, helping the body fight illnesses more effectively. It also decreases inflammation at the cellular level, which is linked to many diseases. Additionally, meditation promotes better cardiovascular health by reducing stress hormones. These physical benefits make meditation a powerful tool for overall wellness. Meditation is highly effective in managing stress, anxiety, and depression by calming the mind. It increases self-awareness, allowing individuals to recognize and regulate their emotions better. Practicing mindfulness meditation helps break negative thought patterns and fosters a positive mindset. Studies show that meditation can increase gray matter in the brain, improving memory and cognitive function. Emotional resilience is also enhanced, helping people cope with challenges more effectively. Regular meditation trains the mind to stay focused, which enhances productivity in daily tasks. It improves attention span and reduces distractions, making it easier to concentrate. Many professionals and students use meditation to boost their performance and decision-making skills. By clearing mental clutter, meditation allows for better problem-solving and creativity. This heightened focus translates into more efficient work and academic achievements. Beyond physical and mental benefits, meditation fosters spiritual growth and a deeper sense of purpose. It encourages self-reflection, helping individuals connect with their inner selves. Many find that meditation brings a sense of peace and contentment, reducing feelings of emptiness. Spiritual practices like transcendental meditation promote harmony and a connection to the universe. This inner tranquility often leads to a more fulfilling and balanced life. The benefits of meditation are vast, impacting the body, mind, and spirit in profound ways. Starting with just a few minutes daily can lead to noticeable improvements over time. Whether for stress relief, better health, or personal growth, meditation is accessible to everyone. Consistency is key. Regular practice maximizes its positive effects. Embracing meditation can transform your life, bringing clarity, peace, and well-being. The Beginner's English Level 4: The Art of Storytelling in Video Games. Video games have evolved into a powerful medium for storytelling, blending interactivity with narrative depth. Unlike books or films, games allow players to influence the story, creating unique personal experiences. Developers use rich worlds, complex characters, and branching plots to immerse players in unforgettable adventures. The best games balance gameplay and narrative, ensuring neither overshadows the other for maximum engagement. Environmental storytelling is a key technique where lore is revealed through details in the world. Players uncover hidden clues, notes, or visuals that piece together the game's backstory organically. Dialogue and voice acting bring characters to life, making them feel real and relatable. Games like The Last of Us and Red Dead Redemption 2 excel in emotional storytelling. Choices matter in many modern games where decisions alter the plot or lead to multiple endings. This interactivity makes players feel responsible for outcomes, deepening their connection to the story. Non-linear narratives allow players to explore events out of order, adding mystery and replay value. Pacing is crucial too, with action sequences balanced by quieter moments for reflection and character development. Music and sound design enhance the mood, setting the tone for key story moments. Visual aesthetics, from pixel art to hyperrealism, also contribute to the narrative's emotional impact. Some games use minimal dialogue, relying on visuals and gameplay to convey their story. Others feature extensive cutscenes resembling interactive movies with high production values and cinematic flair. Indie games often experiment with unconventional storytelling methods, pushing the boundaries of the medium. Themes in video games can explore deep topics like morality, loss, identity, and human nature. Multiplayer games face unique challenges in storytelling as they must accommodate many players' actions. Despite this, some online games weave lore into their worlds through events and community interactions. Player agency is a double-edged sword, offering freedom but requiring careful design to maintain coherence. Some narratives are emergent, created by players' actions rather than scripted by developers, like in sandbox games. The future of gaming stories may include AI-driven narratives adapting dynamically to player behavior. Virtual reality adds another layer of immersion, placing players directly inside the story's world. Regardless of technology, the core of great storytelling remains compelling characters and meaningful conflicts. Studying game narratives helps us appreciate how far the medium has come and its potential. As games continue to grow as an art form, their stories will only become richer. The Beginner's English Level 4: The Cultural Impact of Comic Books. Comic books have shaped global culture for decades, influencing art, literature, and media. Originally seen as simple entertainment, they now inspire films, fashion, and social movements. Superheroes like Superman and Batman reflect societal values, evolving with changing times. Comics address complex themes, identity, justice, and morality, making them impactful storytelling tools. The Golden Age, 1930s to 50s, introduced iconic heroes, offering hope during economic depression. Silver Age, 1950s-70s, brought scientific themes, reflecting post-war technological advancements. Modern comics tackle diversity, mental health, and politics, mirroring real-world issues. Graphic novels like Mouse and Persepolis prove comics can be profound literature. Japanese manga expanded comics' reach, blending tradition with futuristic storytelling styles. Cosplay and conventions celebrate comic culture, uniting fans across generations worldwide. Critics once dismissed comics, but academic studies now analyze their influence. From pop art to blockbusters, comic aesthetics redefine visual culture globally. Independent comics challenge norms, giving voice to marginalized communities and new ideas. Digital platforms revolutionize distribution, allowing wider access and diverse creators. The future of animation is evolving rapidly with advanced technology and creative storytelling. Virtual reality and augmented reality are transforming how audiences experience animated content interactively. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing animation production by automating tasks and enhancing creativity. Machine learning algorithms can now generate realistic animations faster than traditional methods. 3D animation continues to dominate, but 2D animation is making a strong comeback. Streaming platforms like Netflix and Disney Plus are investing heavily in original animated series. Audiences demand diverse stories, pushing animators to explore new cultures and perspectives. Real-time rendering allows animators to see changes instantly, speeding up production pipelines. Blockchain technology could enable creators to protect their work through digital ownership. The rise of indie animators showcases unique styles outside major studio systems. Environmental concerns are pushing studios towards sustainable animation practices and cloud-based workflows. Voice acting may evolve with AI-generated voices that mimic human emotions. Interactive animations let viewers influence story outcomes, blurring lines between games and films. The metaverse could become a new platform for immersive animated experiences. Education and training in animation are becoming more accessible through online courses. Collaboration across global teams is easier with cloud-based animation software tools. Traditional hand-drawn techniques are being preserved while merging with digital innovations. Animation is no longer just for kids, adult-oriented content is growing fast. The industry faces challenges like copyright issues and the impact of deepfakes. Despite technological advances, storytelling remains the heart of successful animated projects. The Beginner's English Level 4: The Role of Music in Protest Movements. Music has always been a powerful tool in protest movements, uniting people across generations. Songs carry messages of resistance, hope, and solidarity, amplifying voices that demand change. From civil rights to anti-war rallies, music transforms emotions into collective action effortlessly. Protest songs often emerge during times of crisis, reflecting societal struggles and injustices. Artists like Bob Dylan, Nina Simone, and Public Enemy used music boldly. Their lyrics challenged oppression, inspired movements, and became anthems for marginalized communities worldwide. Melodies and rhythms in protest music create emotional connections beyond language barriers effectively. Music simplifies complex political ideas, making them accessible to broader audiences quickly. During the 1960s, folk music fueled the civil rights movement powerfully. Songs like "We Shall Overcome" became symbols of resilience and unity globally. Hip-hop and punk later adopted protest themes, addressing police brutality and inequality fiercely. Music festivals and concerts often double as platforms for activism today. Social media now amplifies protest songs, spreading them to millions instantly. Live performances at rallies strengthen communal bonds and energize participants remarkably. Protest music also documents history, preserving stories of struggle for future generations. Governments sometimes censor protest songs, fearing their influence on public opinion. Despite restrictions, artists find creative ways to bypass censorship and speak out. Music's role in protests proves that art and politics are deeply connected. Whether through lyrics or beats, it empowers people to demand justice fearlessly. As long as injustices exist, music will remain a voice for change. The Beginner's English Level 4: How to Overcome Procrastination. Procrastination is a common problem that affects productivity and success. Many people struggle with delaying tasks despite knowing the consequences. Understanding why we procrastinate helps in finding effective solutions. Often, fear of failure or perfectionism leads to avoidance. Overwhelm from large tasks can also cause procrastination. Breaking tasks into smaller steps makes them manageable. Setting clear deadlines creates accountability and reduces delays. Prioritizing tasks ensures important work gets done first. Eliminating distractions like social media boosts focus. Creating a dedicated workspace improves concentration and efficiency. Rewarding yourself after completing tasks reinforces positive habits. Developing a routine establishes consistency and reduces procrastination. Another reason for procrastination is lack of motivation. Connecting tasks to long-term goals increases engagement. Visualizing success can inspire action and reduce delays. Time management techniques like Pomodoro improve focus. Working in short bursts prevents burnout and increases productivity. Tracking progress provides motivation to keep moving forward. Sharing goals with others adds external accountability. Procrastination often stems from negative self-talk. Replacing criticism with encouragement builds confidence. Accepting imperfection reduces pressure and promotes action. Starting with the easiest task builds momentum. Celebrating small wins maintains motivation over time. Mindfulness techniques help recognize procrastination triggers early. Meditation improves focus and reduces anxiety-related delays. Journaling thoughts identifies patterns behind procrastination habits. Physical exercise boosts energy levels and mental clarity. A healthy diet supports brain function and willpower. Sleep deprivation worsens procrastination by reducing self-control. Establishing a consistent sleep schedule enhances productivity. Procrastination can also be a sign of burnout. Taking breaks prevents exhaustion and maintains performance. Learning to say no avoids overcommitment and stress. Delegating tasks frees time for high-priority work. Technology tools like task managers organize responsibilities efficiently. Seeking support from mentors provides guidance and encouragement. Group accountability increases commitment to completing tasks. Professional help may be needed for chronic procrastination. Cognitive behavioral therapy addresses underlying thought patterns. Procrastination is a habit, and habits can change. Small consistent efforts lead to long-term improvement. Self-compassion reduces guilt and fosters progress. Reflect on past successes to build confidence. Experiment with different strategies to find what works. Overcoming procrastination unlocks greater productivity and satisfaction. Start today, take one small step toward action. Progress, not perfection, is the ultimate goal. The Beginner's English Level 4: How to Deal with Failure. Failure is a natural part of life that everyone experiences. Learning how to handle setbacks builds resilience and growth. First, accept failure as a stepping stone, not an endpoint. Reflect on what went wrong without self-blame or shame. Analyze mistakes objectively to identify areas for improvement next time. Seek feedback from mentors or peers to gain new perspectives. Adjust your approach based on lessons learned from the experience. Stay persistent. Many successes come after multiple failed attempts. Develop a growth mindset by viewing challenges as opportunities. Practice self-compassion. Avoid harsh criticism that hinders progress. Surround yourself with supportive people who encourage your efforts. Remember, failure does not define your worth or potential. Embrace failure as a teacher rather than fearing it. Every mistake offers valuable insights for future decisions. Thomas Edison failed countless times before inventing the light bulb. Similarly, setbacks prepare you for greater achievements ahead. Break down large goals into smaller, manageable steps. Celebrate small wins to maintain motivation during tough times. Avoid comparing your journey to others' highlight reels. Focus on progress, not perfection, to reduce unnecessary pressure. Use affirmations to reinforce confidence in your abilities. Visualize success to stay committed despite temporary obstacles. Keep a journal to track lessons from each failure. Over time, you'll see patterns that guide better choices. Adaptability is key when facing failure. Pivot strategies if needed. Explore alternative paths to reach your original goal creatively. Build emotional resilience by managing stress through mindfulness techniques. Exercise, meditation, or hobbies can restore mental clarity. Avoid isolation. Share struggles with trusted friends for support. Professional counseling can help process feelings of disappointment healthily. Rejection often redirects you to better-suited opportunities later. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple but returned stronger. Similarly, setbacks can lead to unexpected, rewarding directions. Stay patient. Growth takes time and consistent effort. Forgive yourself for mistakes. They don't cancel future success. Turn failures into motivation by setting revised, realistic goals. Use setbacks as fuel to work smarter, not harder. Study role models who overcame failures before achieving greatness. J.K. Rowling's rejections didn't stop her from publishing Harry Potter. Persistence and belief in yourself are powerful tools. Avoid all-or-nothing thinking. Progress is rarely linear. The Beginner's English Level 4, The Art of Effective Communication. Effective communication is essential for success in both personal and professional life. It involves clearly conveying ideas while understanding others' perspectives. Listening actively ensures meaningful exchanges and builds stronger relationships. Communication isn't just about words. Tone and body language matter. Misunderstandings arise when messages are unclear or poorly delivered. To communicate well, one must adapt to the audience's needs. Empathy helps in connecting deeply and resolving conflicts constructively. Clarity prevents confusion, so organize thoughts before speaking or writing. Feedback is crucial. It confirms whether the message was understood. Practice improves skills. Engage in conversations and observe reactions. Technology aids communication but can't replace human connection's warmth. Mastering this art leads to collaboration, trust, and mutual respect. Good communicators ask questions to clarify doubts and show interest. They avoid jargon unless the audience understands specialized terms. Nonverbal cues like eye contact convey confidence and sincerity. Pausing while speaking allows listeners to process information effectively. Emotional intelligence helps manage reactions during difficult or heated discussions. Tailoring messages to different cultures avoids unintentional offense or confusion. Written communication demands grammar accuracy and logical structure for impact. Public speaking skills boost credibility when addressing larger groups. Humor, when appropriate, eases tension and makes interactions enjoyable. Authenticity fosters trust. People respond better to genuine expressions. Patience is key when explaining complex ideas to diverse audiences. Barriers like distractions or preconceptions hinder effective communication. Minimize interruptions to focus entirely on the conversation at hand. Prejudice or bias clouds judgment. Approach talks with an open mind. Stress affects delivery. Practice calmness through breathing or preparation techniques. Digital communication lacks nuance, so choose words carefully online. Multitasking reduces attention. Prioritize active listening over simultaneous tasks. Language differences require simplicity or translation tools for clarity. Assertiveness balances honesty with respect, avoiding aggression or passivity. Conflict resolution relies on acknowledging emotions and finding common ground. Trust grows when promises are kept and transparency is maintained. Adaptability ensures relevance in dynamic settings like global workplaces. Continuous learning refines communication. Read, attend workshops, or seek mentorship. Storytelling makes messages memorable by linking facts to emotions. Paraphrasing confirms understanding and shows engagement in dialogues. Respecting time constraints demonstrates consideration for others' schedules. Positive language inspires cooperation better than criticism or negativity. Silence can be powerful, allowing reflection or emphasizing key points. Cultural sensitivity avoids stereotypes and embraces inclusive expressions. Confidence comes from preparation and belief in your message's value. Technology etiquette includes responding promptly and maintaining professionalism online. Reflect post-conversation to identify strengths and areas for improvement. Ultimately, effective communication enriches every interaction, fostering growth and harmony. The Beginner's English Level 4: How to Build Self-Discipline. Self-discipline is the key to achieving long-term success in life. Without self-control, it becomes difficult to stick to your goals. Many people struggle with distractions, procrastination, and lack of motivation. However, building self-discipline is a skill that can be learned. The first step is to set clear and realistic goals. Vague objectives make it harder to stay focused and committed. Break big goals into smaller, manageable tasks for better progress. Next, create a daily routine that supports your long-term vision. Consistency is more important than intensity when forming new habits. Start with small changes to avoid feeling overwhelmed or discouraged. For example, if you want to exercise, begin with 10 minutes. Gradually increase the duration as your discipline strengthens over time. Another effective strategy is to eliminate temptations and distractions. Identify what usually derails your focus and remove it from sight. If social media wastes your time, use apps to block it. Surround yourself with disciplined people who inspire you to stay accountable. Motivation fades quickly, but discipline keeps you going despite challenges. Track your progress regularly to see how far you've come. Celebrate small wins to stay motivated and reinforce positive behavior. Self-discipline also requires mental resilience to overcome setbacks and failures. Instead of giving up, learn from mistakes and adjust your approach. Practice delayed gratification by prioritizing long-term rewards over short-term pleasures. Meditation and mindfulness can improve focus and reduce impulsive decisions. A healthy lifestyle, including proper sleep and nutrition, boosts willpower. Avoid multitasking, as it divides attention and weakens self-control. Set deadlines for tasks to create urgency and prevent procrastination. Visualize your success to stay connected with your deeper purpose. Remember, self-discipline is like a muscle, it grows stronger with practice. Start today, stay patient, and trust the process of growth. Over time, disciplined actions will become effortless habits for life. The Beginner's English Level 4: How to Develop Critical Thinking Skills. Critical thinking is the ability to analyze facts objectively and form judgments. It involves logical reasoning, evaluation, and problem-solving to make informed decisions. Developing this skill enhances decision-making, creativity, and independence in thought. Start by questioning assumptions instead of accepting information at face value. Ask why and how to dig deeper into underlying reasons. Practice active listening to understand different perspectives before forming opinions. Analyze arguments by identifying strengths, weaknesses, and potential biases in evidence. Compare multiple sources to distinguish facts from opinions or misinformation. Engage in debates or discussions to challenge your own viewpoints respectfully. Solve puzzles or play strategy games to sharpen analytical abilities. Reflect daily on decisions to identify patterns in your thought process. Read diverse materials to expose yourself to new ideas and perspectives. Critical thinkers avoid emotional reactions by focusing on evidence and logic. They recognize cognitive biases like confirmation bias, which favors pre-existing beliefs. Improve self-awareness by identifying personal biases that may cloud judgment. Learn the scientific method to structure investigations and test hypotheses systematically. Break complex problems into smaller parts to tackle them step by step. Use frameworks like SWOT analysis to evaluate situations comprehensively. Collaborate with others to gain insights from different expertise and experiences. Practice mindfulness to stay present and reduce impulsive decision-making. Keep a journal to track thought processes and improve over time. Seek feedback from mentors to refine your reasoning and conclusions. Embrace curiosity by exploring topics outside your comfort zone regularly. Education plays a key role in nurturing critical thinking from an early age. Schools should encourage open-ended questions and student-led research projects. Teachers can model critical thinking by explaining their reasoning transparently. Workplace training programs should include scenarios requiring analysis and problem-solving. Employers value critical thinkers for innovation and effective conflict resolution. Use the Socratic method to probe deeper into subjects through disciplined questioning. Evaluate media critically by checking credibility, sources, and potential agendas. Understand statistical literacy to interpret data accurately and avoid misinterpretation. Recognize logical fallacies like ad hominem attacks or false dilemmas in arguments. Apply metacognition, thinking about thinking, to refine your mental strategies. Technology offers tools like apps for brain training or argument mapping. However, avoid over-reliance on algorithms. Human judgment remains essential. Balance speed and deliberation. Some decisions require quick thinking, others deep analysis. Cultivate intellectual humility by admitting when you lack knowledge or are wrong. Encourage a growth mindset, viewing challenges as opportunities to learn. Avoid groupthink by fostering environments where dissent is respected. Study philosophy or ethics to explore foundational concepts of reasoning. Practice empathy to understand emotional influences on others' viewpoints. Set goals for improving specific critical thinking skills over time. Review past decisions to learn from successes and mistakes alike. Ultimately, critical thinking is a lifelong skill that adapts to changing contexts. The Beginner's English Level 4: The Power of Body Language. Body language is a silent yet powerful form of communication. It includes facial expressions, gestures, posture, and eye contact. Studies show that over 50% of communication is nonverbal. Understanding body language helps improve relationships and professional success. Confident posture can make you appear more authoritative and competent. Crossing arms might signal defensiveness or resistance in a conversation. A firm handshake often conveys trust and self-assurance in meetings. Smiling genuinely can create warmth and approachability in social interactions. Eye contact shows engagement, but too much may feel intimidating. Mirroring someone's gestures builds rapport and strengthens connections subtly. Cultural differences influence how body language is interpreted worldwide. In some countries, direct eye contact is seen as disrespectful. Nodding may mean agreement in one culture but confusion in another. Hand gestures like thumbs up can be offensive in certain regions. Observing local customs prevents misunderstandings during international interactions. Personal space preferences also vary across different societies significantly. Leaning forward indicates interest while leaning back suggests disengagement or relaxation. Fidgeting or tapping feet often reveals stress, impatience, or nervousness during conversations. Micro-expressions, brief facial movements, expose true emotions despite verbal claims otherwise. Mastering body language enhances public speaking and leadership skills effectively. Open gestures like palms facing up suggest honesty and transparency. Avoiding crossed legs or arms makes you seem more receptive openly. Practicing power poses before presentations boosts confidence and reduces anxiety visibly. Voice tone combined with posture affects how messages are perceived clearly. Leaders who use positive body language inspire teams more successfully daily. Job interviewees who sit straight and smile leave better impressions instantly. Active listening cues, nodding or tilting the head, show attentiveness naturally without words spoken aloud. In negotiations, body language reveals hidden intentions beyond spoken offers directly. Dilated pupils might indicate excitement or interest in a deal secretly. Foot direction often points toward what someone truly desires unconsciously. Sudden stillness could mean careful consideration or concealed disagreement internally. Touch like patting shoulders establishes dominance or camaraderie situationally depending on context used wisely. Silence paired with steady eye contact strengthens persuasive impact dramatically when timed right strategically. Recognizing false smiles, no crinkling around eyes, helps detect insincerity quickly during discussions accurately. Technology impacts nonverbal communication but cannot replace physical presence entirely yet. Video calls limit full body visibility but facial expressions remain crucial still virtually. Emojis attempt to convey tone but lack nuance compared to real gestures unfortunately often. Virtual meetings require exaggerated nods or clearer enunciation for understanding better online only. Phone conversations miss visual cues entirely relying solely on voice modulation heavily always. Despite digital advancements, in-person interactions retain deeper emotional connections naturally forever undoubtedly. To improve body language awareness, practice self-observation and feedback regularly consistently. Record yourself speaking to analyze unconscious habits like swaying or touching face repeatedly. Ask trusted friends for honest critiques on your nonverbal signals openly. Watch TED Talks or speeches focusing solely on speakers' movements intentionally. Mirror confident people's postures to adopt their poise gradually over time patiently. Meditation reduces stress-related gestures by promoting calmness and mindfulness daily. Join Toastmasters clubs to refine public speaking and body language simultaneously. In conclusion, body language is an essential tool for effective communication universally. It bridges gaps when words fail or cultural barriers exist temporarily. By honing nonverbal skills, you gain influence in personal and professional realms effortlessly. Start observing others' gestures and refining your own today proactively. Small changes create significant impacts on how others perceive you positively. The power of body language lies in its silent ability to speak volumes clearly. The Beginner's English Level 4: The Future of Privacy in the Digital Age. The digital age has transformed how we share and store personal information. With increasing connectivity, privacy concerns have become a major global issue. Governments, corporations, and individuals debate the balance between convenience and security. Data breaches and surveillance scandals highlight vulnerabilities in modern systems. Many fear that personal freedom is at risk due to unchecked monitoring. Technological advancements like AI and facial recognition raise ethical questions. Companies collect vast amounts of data to improve services and advertising. However, misuse of this information can lead to identity theft. Laws like GDPR aim to protect user rights but face enforcement challenges. Critics argue that regulations lag behind rapidly evolving digital threats. Encryption and anonymization tools help users safeguard their online activities. Yet, authorities sometimes oppose strong encryption for investigative purposes. This creates tension between privacy advocates and law enforcement agencies. Cybersecurity experts warn that weak privacy measures invite cyber attacks. Public awareness is growing, but many still underestimate data risks. Yet, human error remains a weak link in cybersecurity defenses. Phishing scams and social engineering exploit unaware individuals effectively. Privacy-focused browsers and search engines gain popularity as alternatives. The future may bring decentralized systems where users control their data. Blockchain technology promises secure, transparent transactions without intermediaries. However, widespread adoption faces technical and regulatory hurdles. Ethical hackers work to expose flaws before malicious actors exploit them. Collaboration between stakeholders is crucial for sustainable privacy solutions. As artificial intelligence grows smarter, so do its privacy implications. Deepfake technology can manipulate media, threatening reputations and trust. Autonomous devices collecting data blur the line between utility and surveillance. Society must decide where to draw boundaries in this digital era. The conversation on privacy will shape our technological future profoundly. The Beginner's English Level 4: The Ethics of Self-Driving Cars. Self-driving cars are revolutionizing transportation but raise ethical dilemmas. Who decides the car's actions in life-threatening situations? Should it prioritize passengers or pedestrians during accidents? Programmers face tough choices when coding moral algorithms. These vehicles must balance safety, legality, and human values. Ethical frameworks like utilitarianism may guide decision-making processes. For instance, should a car minimize total harm? What if that means sacrificing its own passenger? Public opinion varies on who should be protected. Surveys show people prefer saving children or larger groups. However, they resist buying cars that might endanger them. This contradiction highlights the complexity of machine ethics. Legal systems struggle to assign blame for autonomous accidents. Is the manufacturer, programmer, or owner responsible for mishaps? Current laws don't fully address AI-driven decisions. Insurance models must adapt to cover algorithmic failures. Transparency in AI decision-making is another major concern. Can we trust black box algorithms to act ethically? Companies may resist sharing proprietary code for scrutiny. Bias in training data could also influence outcomes unfairly. For example, will the car favor certain demographics? Ethical oversight is needed to ensure fairness and accountability. Autonomous vehicles could reduce accidents caused by human error. Yet, their deployment requires addressing moral and technical challenges. How often should ethical algorithms be updated or audited? Global standards may differ, complicating international regulations. Some cultures might value collective safety over individual rights. Others may emphasize personal autonomy in decision-making. Policymakers must collaborate to create universal guidelines. Public trust is essential for widespread adoption of self-driving cars. Without ethical clarity, people may reject the technology entirely. Debates also arise over job displacement for drivers. Truckers and taxi drivers face uncertain futures due to automation. Retraining programs could help transition workers into new roles. Environmental benefits add another layer to the ethical discussion. Fewer traffic jams and lower emissions are potential advantages. However, energy consumption for AI processing remains a concern. Balancing innovation with societal impact is crucial for progress. In conclusion, self-driving cars offer immense potential but require careful ethical consideration. Society must weigh safety, fairness, and responsibility before full integration. Collaborative efforts between technologists, ethicists, and lawmakers are vital. Only then can we ensure these advancements benefit humanity equitably. The Beginner's English Level 4: The Role of Protests in Democracy. Protests play a vital role in democratic societies by giving citizens a voice. When people feel unheard, public demonstrations demand attention from leaders. Peaceful protests highlight injustices and push for systemic change. History shows how movements like civil rights reshaped nations. Governments often resist protests, fearing instability or challenges to power. However, suppressing dissent can weaken democracy's core principles. Protests encourage dialogue, forcing societies to confront uncomfortable truths. Leaders must listen or risk losing public trust. Legal frameworks protect protest rights, ensuring freedoms remain intact. Without protests, marginalized groups might never achieve equality. Democracy thrives when diverse voices can express grievances. Balancing order and dissent remains an ongoing challenge. Protests also expose flaws in political systems, pushing reforms. Corruption, inequality, and oppression often spark public outrage. Social media amplifies protests, uniting people across borders quickly. Yet, misinformation can distort messages, complicating resolutions. Violent protests, though counterproductive, sometimes emerge from deep frustration. Authorities must differentiate between peaceful and destructive actions. Democracy requires patience, as change rarely happens overnight. Protesters risk arrests or violence to defend their beliefs. Global movements inspire others, creating waves of solidarity. Each protest tests a nation's commitment to justice. The line between activism and disruption is often debated. Successful protests combine clear goals with broad public support. Leaders emerge organically, guiding movements toward tangible outcomes. Policy changes, like voting rights, prove protests' impact. However, not all demands are met immediately. Persistent activism keeps pressure on institutions over time. Public opinion shifts when protests reveal hidden injustices. Art and slogans simplify complex issues for mass appeal. Governments may concede reforms to restore stability. Compromise is key, but core principles must stay firm. Protest fatigue can set in if progress stalls. Media coverage shapes how movements are perceived worldwide. Critics argue protests disrupt daily life and economic activities. Yet, inconvenience is often the price of progress. Democracy embraces conflict as a path to resolution. Protesters must avoid alienating potential allies with extreme tactics. Laws should protect both dissenters and public safety. Historical protests, like suffrage marches, redefine societal norms. Future movements will continue evolving with technology's aid. The role of protests remains central to democracy's health. Without them, power imbalances could grow unchecked. Citizens must stay vigilant, using rights responsibly. Protests remind leaders that ultimate authority lies with the people. The Beginner's English Level 4, The Psychology of Cults. Cults exploit psychological vulnerabilities to control members effectively. They often target individuals seeking belonging or deeper meaning. Charismatic leaders use charm to gain trust and loyalty. Members are isolated from friends and family gradually. This isolation makes them dependent on the group. Cults manipulate thoughts by restricting access to information. Critical thinking is discouraged through strict belief systems. Emotional highs reinforce commitment during group gatherings. Fear tactics keep members obedient and compliant. Leaders present themselves as divine or all-knowing figures. Doubts are suppressed through guilt or shame techniques. Love bombing creates false affection to recruit newcomers. Cognitive dissonance prevents members from leaving easily. Contradictions are dismissed as tests of faith. Former members often struggle with trauma afterward. Brainwashing involves repetitive messaging and sleep deprivation. Financial exploitation drains members' resources over time. Cults disguise themselves as religions or self-help groups. Recruitment often happens during personal crises or transitions. Vulnerable people are more susceptible to persuasion. The line between cults and religions blurs. Some cults escalate into dangerous or violent acts. Understanding psychology helps prevent manipulation and coercion. Psychologists study cults to identify warning signs early. Mind control techniques resemble abusive relationships closely. Members lose autonomy through gradual indoctrination processes. Thought-stopping rituals halt critical questions internally. Former cult members describe feeling trapped mentally. Recovery requires therapy and social reintegration support. Cults thrive in secrecy with limited transparency. Leaders demand absolute obedience without questioning aloud. Exit costs, shunning, deter members from leaving. Families often stage interventions for loved ones. Legal systems struggle to define cults precisely. Some countries ban cults for public safety. Education empowers people to resist manipulative tactics. Critical media exposes cult leaders' hidden agendas. Survivor stories highlight psychological manipulation patterns. Experts warn against blind faith in leaders. Self-awareness reduces vulnerability to undue influence. Healthy communities provide belonging without exploitation. Therapy helps rebuild identity after cult involvement. Research continues on cult prevention strategies worldwide. The Beginner's English Level 4, The Future of E-commerce. The future of e-commerce is evolving rapidly with technological advancements. Online shopping trends show a shift towards personalized customer experiences. Artificial intelligence plays a key role in predicting consumer behavior. Chatbots and virtual assistants enhance real-time customer support efficiency. Voice commerce is growing as smart speakers become more popular. Augmented reality allows customers to visualize products before purchasing. Sustainability is a major focus with eco-friendly packaging solutions. Same-day delivery and drone shipments are revolutionizing logistics. Social commerce integrates shopping directly into social media platforms. Blockchain technology ensures secure and transparent transactions online. Subscription-based models provide convenience for recurring product needs. Global e-commerce expansion bridges gaps between international markets. The rise of mobile commerce makes shopping accessible anywhere. Contactless payments and digital wallets streamline checkout processes. Big data analytics help businesses optimize pricing and inventory. Niche marketplaces cater to specific consumer interests effectively. Dynamic pricing adjusts costs based on demand and competition. Interactive videos and live shopping boost engagement significantly. 5G technology enables faster loading times and seamless browsing. Micro-fulfillment centers reduce delivery times in urban areas. Dropshipping allows entrepreneurs to start businesses with low risk. Hyper-personalization tailors recommendations using machine learning algorithms. The metaverse could redefine online shopping with virtual stores. Cryptocurrency adoption may introduce new payment options soon. AI-powered fraud detection systems enhance transaction security measures. E-commerce platforms invest heavily in user-friendly interface designs. Cross-border trade flourishes with improved shipping and customs solutions. Customer reviews and influencers heavily impact purchasing decisions. Omnichannel strategies unify online and offline shopping experiences. Automated warehouses rely on robotics for efficient order processing. Localized content and translations break language barriers globally. E-commerce education empowers small businesses to compete effectively. Privacy concerns drive demand for better data protection laws. Hybrid work models increase demand for home office supplies. Resale and rental markets gain traction in fashion e-commerce. Health and wellness products see surging demand post-pandemic. AI-driven visual search helps users find products effortlessly. Voice search optimization becomes crucial for online retailers. Gamification techniques like rewards boost customer loyalty. Direct-to-consumer brands bypass intermediaries for higher profits. Real-time inventory tracking prevents stockouts and overstocking. Eco-conscious consumers prioritize brands with green initiatives. E-commerce regulations adapt to tax and compliance changes. The industry's growth promises endless opportunities for innovation. The Beginner's English Level 4: The Power of Positive Thinking. Positive thinking is a mental attitude that focuses on the bright side of life. It involves expecting good results and maintaining an optimistic outlook. Research shows that positive thinking can improve mental health and overall well-being. People who practice positivity often experience lower stress levels and greater resilience. Optimism helps individuals cope with challenges and recover from setbacks more effectively. Cultivating a positive mindset can also enhance relationships and boost productivity. By focusing on solutions rather than problems, people can achieve their goals faster. The science behind positive thinking reveals its impact on the brain. Studies suggest that optimism strengthens neural pathways associated with happiness and success. Positive thoughts trigger the release of feel-good hormones like dopamine and serotonin. These chemicals reduce anxiety and promote a sense of calm and confidence. Over time, a positive mindset can rewire the brain to default to optimism. This phenomenon, known as neuroplasticity, proves that habits can shape thinking patterns. With consistent practice, anyone can develop a more optimistic perspective on life. One powerful technique for fostering positivity is practicing gratitude daily. Reflecting on things you're thankful for shifts focus from lack to abundance. Keeping a gratitude journal helps reinforce this habit and trains the mind. Affirmations are another tool to reinforce positive beliefs and self-confidence. Repeating empowering statements can override negative self-talk and build mental strength. Visualization, or imagining successful outcomes, also prepares the mind for achievement. Combined, these techniques create a strong foundation for lasting positivity. Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it's about approaching challenges with a solution-oriented mindset. Optimistic people acknowledge obstacles but believe in their ability to overcome them. This attitude fosters perseverance and creativity in problem solving. Even in failure, positive thinkers see opportunities for growth and learning. They view setbacks as temporary and remain focused on long-term success. Such resilience is key to achieving personal and professional fulfillment. The benefits of positive thinking extend beyond mental and emotional well-being. Research links optimism to better physical health, including a stronger immune system. Positive individuals tend to adopt healthier lifestyles, such as regular exercise. They also recover faster from illnesses and experience lower risks of chronic diseases. Optimism has even been associated with increased lifespan and improved heart health. Clearly, a positive mindset contributes to a happier, healthier, and more fulfilling life. To develop a positive mindset, start by monitoring your thoughts and language. Replace negative phrases like "I can't" with "I'll try my best." Surround yourself with uplifting people who encourage and inspire you. Limit exposure to negativity, whether from news, social media, or pessimistic individuals. Engage in activities that bring joy, such as hobbies, exercise, or volunteering. Over time, these small changes will cultivate a habit of positivity. In conclusion, the power of positive thinking lies in its transformative effects. It enhances mental clarity, emotional resilience, and physical health while improving relationships. By adopting optimistic habits, anyone can unlock greater happiness and success. Start today, embrace positivity, and witness the profound impact it brings. The secrets of successful startups. Level 4. Successful startups often begin with a clear vision and mission. Founders must identify a genuine problem needing innovative solutions. Market research helps validate ideas before investing time and resources. Passion alone isn't enough. Execution and adaptability are critical. Many startups fail due to poor planning or unrealistic expectations. A strong team with diverse skills boosts chances of success. Effective leadership fosters collaboration and keeps everyone aligned with goals. Startups should focus on creating value rather than chasing trends. Customer feedback is invaluable for refining products and services. Financial discipline ensures resources are allocated wisely for growth. Networking opens doors to mentors, investors, and potential partners. Resilience helps founders navigate setbacks and stay committed to long-term success. Innovation distinguishes successful startups from competitors in crowded markets. Disruptive ideas challenge traditional methods and attract early adopters. Scalability ensures the business can grow without compromising quality. Startups must prioritize user experience to build loyal customer bases. Technology can streamline operations and enhance productivity if used strategically. Data-driven decisions reduce risks and improve overall performance. Bootstrapping teaches frugality, but funding may be necessary for expansion. Investors look for scalable models with clear revenue potential. Transparency builds trust with stakeholders and strengthens company culture. Failure isn't fatal. Many entrepreneurs learn more from mistakes than wins. Persistence and continuous learning are hallmarks of thriving startup founders. Timing plays a crucial role in launching successful startups. Too early or late can doom the idea. Understanding industry trends helps founders capitalize on emerging opportunities. Agility allows startups to pivot when initial strategies don't work. A minimum viable product, MVP, tests concepts without heavy investment. Branding and storytelling create emotional connections with target audiences. Startups should leverage social media for cost-effective marketing campaigns. Partnerships can accelerate growth by combining strengths of different organizations. Legal compliance avoids costly penalties and protects intellectual property rights. Remote work culture expands talent pools but requires strong communication tools. Automation handles repetitive tasks so teams focus on innovation. Sustainable practices appeal to environmentally conscious consumers and investors alike. Founders must balance ambition with realistic milestones to avoid burnout. Emotional intelligence improves teamwork and conflict resolution in high-pressure environments. Celebrating small wins boosts morale during tough phases of growth. Exit strategies should be planned even if the goal is longevity. The best startups solve real problems while being financially viable. Luck matters, but preparation increases the odds of favorable outcomes. Ultimately, successful startups blend creativity, discipline, and relentless customer focus. Their secrets lie not in perfection but in perseverance and adaptability. The psychology of consumer behavior. Consumer behavior explores why people buy products and make choices. Psychology reveals hidden motivations behind purchasing decisions and brand loyalty. Marketers study emotions, perceptions, and biases to influence buying habits. People often rely on mental shortcuts called heuristics for quick decisions. For example, a familiar brand feels safer than an unknown one. Scarcity tactics create urgency, making products seem more desirable. Social proof, like reviews or trends, sways opinions and builds trust. Cultural background shapes preferences, affecting what we value or ignore. Personal experiences and memories also play a role in selections. Pricing strategies, like discounts, trigger emotional responses rather than logic. Colors, packaging, and slogans subconsciously attract specific customer segments. Understanding these factors helps businesses tailor effective advertising campaigns. Cognitive dissonance occurs when buyers regret choices post-purchase. Companies reduce this with guarantees, refunds, or excellent customer service. Anchoring effects make people rely heavily on the first price shown. Upselling works because comparisons alter perceived value and satisfaction. Fear of missing out, FOMO, drives impulsive or emotional spending. Neuromarketing uses brain scans to predict consumer reactions accurately. Habits automate decisions, making routine purchases effortless and consistent. Sensory cues, like smells or music, enhance the shopping experience. Decision fatigue overwhelms shoppers, leading to default or easy options. Brands build identity connections, making buyers feel part of a tribe. Ethical consumption is rising, with buyers supporting sustainable or fair trade brands. The future of cashless societies. The future of cashless societies is rapidly evolving as technology advances. Digital payments are becoming the norm with mobile wallets and contactless cards. Many countries are reducing cash usage due to convenience and efficiency. Sweden leads the trend with nearly 80% of transactions being cashless. China follows closely with widespread adoption of mobile payment platforms like Alipay. Businesses benefit from faster transactions and reduced handling costs associated with cash. Governments support cashless systems for better transparency and reduced illegal activities. However, critics argue that cashless societies exclude those without access to technology. Elderly individuals and low-income groups may struggle with digital payment methods. Cybersecurity risks also increase as financial transactions move entirely online. Fraud and hacking pose significant threats in a fully digital economy. The balance between innovation and inclusivity remains a key challenge. Cashless payments rely on robust internet infrastructure and financial technology advancements. Countries with weak digital networks face difficulties transitioning away from cash. India's demonetization push in 2016 accelerated digital payment adoption but faced hurdles. Rural areas with poor internet connectivity still depend heavily on cash. India's demonetization push in 2016 accelerated digital payment adoption but faced hurdles. Rural areas with poor internet connectivity still depend heavily on cash. Financial education is essential to ensure smooth adoption across all demographics. Contactless payments surged during the COVID-19 pandemic due to hygiene concerns. Consumers now prefer tapping their cards or phones over handling cash. Central banks are exploring digital currencies to modernize financial systems further. The European Central Bank is developing a digital euro for secure transactions. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin also influence discussions on future payment systems. However, their volatility and regulatory uncertainty limit mainstream acceptance for now. Privacy concerns arise as cashless systems track every transaction electronically. Cash offers anonymity, which digital payments cannot replicate, raising surveillance fears. Data breaches could expose sensitive financial information, leading to identity theft. Strong encryption and regulations are necessary to protect consumer data. Biometric authentication, like fingerprint or facial recognition, may enhance security. Yet, ethical debates persist over how much personal data corporations collect. The environmental impact of cashless systems is another consideration. Digital transactions reduce paper and coin production but increase energy consumption. Data centers powering financial tech contribute significantly to carbon emissions. Sustainable solutions are needed to align cashless growth with climate goals. The future may see a hybrid model where cash and digital coexist. Some nations, like Germany and Japan, still value cash for privacy. Policymakers must ensure no one is left behind in the transition. Financial inclusion programs can help bridge the gap for underserved populations. Innovations like offline digital payments could address internet accessibility issues. As technology evolves, the debate over cashless societies will continue shaping economies. Businesses, governments, and consumers must collaborate to create balanced systems. The shift toward cashless is inevitable, but its success depends on adaptability. Education, infrastructure, and security will determine how smoothly societies transition. Ultimately, the future of money lies in finding harmony between convenience and fairness. The impact of corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility (CSR) refers to companies committing to ethical practices while improving society. Businesses today face pressure to balance profit goals with societal benefits. Many firms now integrate CSR into their core strategies for long-term success. Consumers increasingly prefer brands that demonstrate environmental and social awareness. Ethical sourcing, fair labor practices, and sustainability are key CSR focuses. Companies investing in CSR often see improved reputation and customer loyalty. A strong CSR program can differentiate a brand from competitors significantly. For example, firms supporting education or healthcare gain community trust. Employees also prefer working for organizations that prioritize social impact initiatives. Studies show CSR-driven companies experience higher employee satisfaction and retention rates. Investors are more likely to support businesses with transparent ethical policies. Thus, CSR influences financial performance by attracting stakeholders who value responsibility. Environmental sustainability is a major aspect of modern CSR frameworks. Companies reducing carbon footprints or waste contribute to global ecological goals. Renewable energy adoption and recycling programs showcase corporate environmental commitments. Governments often incentivize sustainable practices through tax benefits or grants. Firms ignoring sustainability risk regulatory penalties and public backlash over time. CSR helps businesses align with international standards like the UN Sustainable Goals. Social impact initiatives such as diversity programs also define CSR success. Promoting inclusion ensures workplaces reflect diverse perspectives and talents effectively. Gender equality, pay fairness, and anti-discrimination policies strengthen organizational culture. Philanthropy, like donating to charities, further enhances a company's public image. However, critics argue some firms use CSR for superficial marketing gains only. Authentic CSR requires measurable actions beyond promotional campaigns alone. The financial impact of CSR remains debated among economists and analysts. While some argue it diverts resources, others cite long-term profitability gains. Responsible companies often mitigate risks like lawsuits or boycotts proactively. Ethical supply chains reduce disruptions while fostering supplier relationships globally. CSR can lower operational costs through energy efficiency and waste reduction strategies. Thus, investing in responsibility may indirectly boost a firm's bottom line. Transparency is crucial for CSR efforts to gain stakeholder confidence truly. Regular sustainability reports and third-party audits validate corporate claims effectively. Greenwashing, false eco-friendly marketing damages credibility and triggers consumer distrust quickly. Honest communication about challenges and progress builds lasting public trust. Social media amplifies both praise and criticism of CSR activities today. Companies must engage authentically with communities to avoid reputational crises. Globalization has expanded CSR expectations across industries and regions significantly. Multinational firms adapt policies to meet local cultural and legal standards. Labor conditions in developing nations often face scrutiny from advocacy groups. Fair trade certifications and ethical sourcing agreements address such concerns partially. Collaborative CSR efforts among corporations, NGOs, and governments drive systemic change. Partnerships amplify impact but require clear goals and accountability measures. Future CSR trends may focus on digital ethics and data privacy issues. Tech companies face demands for responsible AI use and cybersecurity practices. Climate change will keep environmental CSR at the forefront of corporate agendas. Younger generations especially prioritize sustainability when choosing employers or products. Regulatory frameworks will likely tighten, requiring stricter CSR compliance worldwide. The role of innovation in business growth. Innovation drives business growth by creating new opportunities and solving problems. Companies that embrace innovation often outperform competitors and adapt faster. It involves developing unique products, services, or processes to meet demands. Businesses must foster a culture encouraging creativity and risk-taking. Innovation can lead to cost savings, efficiency, and customer satisfaction. Startups and large corporations alike benefit from innovative strategies. Technology plays a key role in enabling groundbreaking solutions. Without innovation, businesses risk stagnation and losing market relevance. Investing in research and development is crucial for progress. Collaboration with experts and teams sparks fresh ideas. Listening to industry trends helps identify areas needing innovation. Leaders must prioritize learning and experimentation within organizations. Employees should feel empowered to share their creative insights. Innovation isn't limited to tech, it applies to all sectors. For example, retail businesses innovate through personalized customer experiences. Sustainable practices are another area where innovation shines. Businesses reducing waste or energy use gain long-term advantages. Governments often support innovation through grants and policies. Measuring innovation's impact involves analyzing growth metrics and feedback. Case studies show how innovation transforms struggling companies. Apple and Tesla exemplify how innovation fuels business success. Their focus on design and technology sets industry standards. Small businesses can innovate by leveraging niche market needs. Crowdsourcing ideas from customers fosters community-driven innovation. Failure is part of the process but provides valuable lessons. Agile methodologies help teams iterate and improve quickly. Innovation requires balancing short-term goals with long-term vision. Intellectual property protection ensures ideas remain competitive assets. Globalization allows businesses to innovate using diverse perspectives. Remote work tools emerged from innovative responses to challenges. Listening practice tip: note keywords like disruption, scalability, and ROI. These terms frequently appear in innovation discussions. Watch interviews with CEOs discussing their innovation strategies. TED Talks offer insights into creative business approaches. Summarize key points to reinforce listening comprehension. Practice describing innovations in your own words. Compare how different industries approach problem solving. Discuss with peers how innovation impacts job markets. The psychology of luxury brands. Luxury brands captivate consumers through exclusivity and emotional appeal. The psychology behind luxury purchases revolves around status and identity. People often buy high-end products to signal success and belonging. Luxury brands craft narratives that resonate with aspirations and desires. Scarcity and limited editions heighten perceived value and urgency. The Veblen effect explains why higher prices increase demand. Consumers associate luxury with superior quality and craftsmanship. Brand heritage and storytelling create emotional connections with buyers. Social proof plays a role. Celebrities and influencers drive trends. The halo effect makes people attribute prestige to all offerings. Luxury shopping triggers dopamine, linking pleasure to ownership. Environmental and ethical concerns now shape modern luxury preferences. Cultural differences influence how luxury is perceived globally. In Western markets, individualism drives personal gratification purchases. In Eastern cultures, luxury often aligns with social harmony. Brands like Louis Vuitton and Rolex symbolize timeless elegance. Gucci and Balenciaga leverage bold designs for younger audiences. Gucci and Balenciaga leverage bold designs for younger audiences. Digital transformation allows luxury brands to reach wider demographics. Yet, exclusivity remains key. Invite-only events maintain elite allure. Packaging and store design elevate the sensory experience. Personalization, like monogramming, deepens emotional attachment. Luxury brands balance tradition with innovation to stay relevant. Neuromarketing studies reveal how brains react to luxury logos. The medial prefrontal cortex activates during high-end purchases. This brain region associates with self-identity and decision-making. Luxury brands exploit cognitive biases like the bandwagon effect. Fear of missing out fuels limited edition sales. Conspicuous consumption declines as quiet luxury gains traction. Stealth wealth focuses on subtlety rather than overt displays. Sustainability now influences luxury. Eco-conscious buyers seek ethical brands. Second-hand luxury markets thrive, appealing to cost-conscious shoppers. Brands like Patagonia blend luxury with environmental responsibility. Luxury brands avoid discounts to preserve perceived value. Customer service is paramount. Personal shoppers enhance exclusivity. Experiential luxury, like VIP travel, replaces material goods. The endowment effect makes owners value items more. The future of remote work. Remote work has transformed how businesses operate, offering flexibility and new challenges. Companies now prioritize digital tools to maintain productivity across distances. Employees enjoy reduced commutes but face isolation and blurred work-life boundaries. The shift began accelerating during the pandemic, proving many jobs could be done remotely. Experts predict hybrid models will dominate, blending office and home setups. This balance aims to retain collaboration while accommodating personal preferences. Technology plays a crucial role, with platforms like Zoom and Slack becoming essential. Cybersecurity concerns have risen as sensitive data moves outside traditional offices. Employers invest in VPNs and training to mitigate risks of breaches. Cloud computing enables seamless access to files from anywhere in the world. Automation and AI may further reshape remote tasks, replacing repetitive roles. Workers must adapt by upskilling to stay relevant in evolving markets. Productivity studies show mixed results. Some thrive remotely, while others struggle without structure. Managers learn to trust outcomes over visible desk time. Time tracking software raises privacy debates, fueling tension between oversight and autonomy. Mental health gains attention as loneliness impacts remote teams' morale and creativity. Simplified steps increase the likelihood of customers sharing experiences. Negative reviews, when handled well, can improve customer perception. Publicly resolving complaints demonstrates commitment to quality service. Turned-around experiences sometimes earn stronger loyalty than flawless records. Analyzing review trends helps identify product strengths and weaknesses. Businesses can refine offerings based on recurring feedback themes. For example, frequent complaints about sizing guide to adjustments. Proactive improvements reduce future negative feedback and returns. Reviews also serve as free market research tools. Competitor analysis reveals gaps your brand can fill. Leveraging positive reviews in marketing amplifies social proof. Featuring testimonials on landing pages boosts trust instantly. Case studies show conversion lifts of up to 15%. Seasonal trends and cultural differences affect review impact. Holiday shoppers rely more heavily on peer recommendations. Global brands must adapt to regional review habits. In some cultures, buyers hesitate to leave negative feedback. Incentivizing reviews must balance encouragement with authenticity. Discounts for reviews risk violating platform policies if mishandled. Ethical collection practices ensure long-term benefits over shortcuts. The impact of blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is revolutionizing industries by offering secure and transparent transactions. Its decentralized nature eliminates the need for intermediaries, reducing costs and increasing efficiency. Originally developed for Bitcoin, blockchain now extends to finance, healthcare, and supply chains. Each block contains encrypted data linked to the previous one, ensuring tamper-proof records. This innovation enhances trust among parties who may not know each other. Businesses use smart contracts to automate agreements without third-party involvement. Governments explore blockchain for voting systems to prevent fraud and ensure accuracy. The healthcare sector benefits from secure patient data sharing across providers. Supply chains gain real-time tracking, reducing counterfeit goods and improving logistics. Despite its advantages, blockchain faces challenges like scalability and energy consumption. Mining cryptocurrencies requires significant computational power, raising environmental concerns. Regulatory uncertainty also hinders widespread adoption in some regions. However, ongoing advancements aim to address these limitations for broader use. Blockchain's potential extends beyond cryptocurrencies, transforming how data is stored and shared. Financial institutions adopt it for faster cross-border payments with lower fees. Traditional banking systems often involve delays and high transaction costs. Blockchain enables near-instant settlements, improving global trade and remittances. Smart contracts further streamline processes by executing terms automatically when conditions are met. This reduces human error and disputes in legal and business agreements. In healthcare, blockchain secures sensitive patient records while allowing authorized access. Patients control who views their data, enhancing privacy and interoperability. Pharmaceutical companies use it to track drugs, preventing counterfeit medications from entering the market. Supply chain transparency ensures ethical sourcing and reduces waste in production. Consumers can verify product origins, supporting fair trade and sustainability efforts. Despite these benefits, blockchain's complexity deters some organizations from implementation. Education and user-friendly platforms are essential to drive mainstream adoption. The environmental impact of blockchain, particularly proof-of-work systems, remains a critical issue. Bitcoin mining consumes more energy than some small countries, prompting calls for greener alternatives. Proof-of-stake and other consensus mechanisms aim to reduce energy usage significantly. Companies are also exploring carbon-neutral mining solutions to mitigate ecological concerns. Policymakers debate how to regulate blockchain without stifling innovation or enabling illicit activities. Clear guidelines could encourage businesses to invest in blockchain solutions confidently. Meanwhile, startups and tech giants compete to develop scalable, sustainable platforms. Interoperability between different blockchains is another challenge limiting seamless integration. Cross-chain technologies seek to connect networks, enabling smoother data and asset transfers. Public and private blockchains offer varying levels of accessibility and control. Hybrid models combine the best features of both for tailored solutions. Looking ahead, blockchain could redefine digital identity management and intellectual property rights. Artists and creators use it to prove ownership and receive fair compensation. Decentralized finance platforms challenge traditional banking by offering peer-to-peer lending and investing. Central banks explore digital currencies backed by blockchain for faster, more secure transactions. Education sectors could use it to verify credentials and prevent degree fraud. The Internet of Things, IoT, may integrate blockchain for secure device communication. As technology evolves, collaboration between industries and regulators will shape its future. Public awareness campaigns can demystify blockchain and highlight its practical applications. The science behind home advantage. The home advantage phenomenon is a well-documented trend in sports where teams perform better when playing at their home venue compared to away games. Researchers have studied this effect across various sports including football, basketball, and hockey, finding consistent evidence supporting the home advantage theory. One primary factor contributing to this advantage is the presence of supportive fans whose cheers and encouragement boost players' morale and motivation. Studies show that loud crowds can disrupt opposing teams' communication, leading to more mistakes and poorer performance. Additionally, referees and officials may subconsciously favor the home team due to crowd pressure influencing their decisions subtly. Familiarity with the home environment also plays a significant role as players are accustomed to the stadium's dimensions, lighting, and pitch conditions. Travel fatigue is another critical factor as away teams often face long journeys, time zone changes, and unfamiliar accommodations. The psychological comfort of playing in front of a home crowd reduces stress and anxiety, allowing athletes to focus better. Home teams also benefit from established routines and rituals which enhance their preparation and performance consistency. The science behind home advantage reveals a complex interplay of psychological, physiological, and environmental factors. Understanding these elements can help teams maximize their performance whether at home or away. Beyond sports, the concept of home advantage can be applied to other competitive fields like business debates or even academic competitions. In business meetings held in a familiar office setting, teams often feel more confident and assertive compared to visiting clients. Similarly, students performing in their own schools may experience less anxiety during exams or presentations than in unfamiliar locations. The science behind this effect lies in how our brains process familiar environments, reducing cognitive load and increasing comfort levels. Research in neuroscience shows that familiarity activates the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine, which enhances motivation and performance. Environmental cues like specific smells, sounds, or layouts can trigger positive memories and associations, further boosting confidence. However, home advantage isn't absolute. Some athletes or professionals perform better under pressure or in neutral settings due to personal preferences. Strategies to counteract home advantage include mental preparation, simulation training, and acclimating to away conditions beforehand. Teams can also use technology like virtual reality to recreate hostile environments and build resilience. Ultimately, the study of home advantage highlights the profound impact of surroundings on human performance. By leveraging these insights, individuals and teams can optimize their strategies for success in any setting. The history of the Olympic Games. The Olympic Games began over 2,700 years ago in ancient Greece. Held in Olympia, they honored Zeus, the king of the gods. Athletes from across Greece competed in events like running and wrestling. The games were part of a religious festival held every 4 years. Winners received olive wreaths and became heroes in their cities. Wars stopped during the games to allow safe travel for participants. This truce was called the Olympic Peace and lasted for months. Women were not allowed to compete or even watch the events. The ancient Olympics continued for nearly 12 centuries before ending in 393 AD. Emperor Theodosius I banned them, calling them pagan rituals. For centuries, the Olympics were forgotten, buried under layers of history. In the 19th century, a Frenchman named Pierre de Coubertin revived the Games. He believed sports could promote peace and unity among nations. The first modern Olympics were held in Athens, Greece, in 1896. Only 14 countries participated, with 241 athletes competing in 43 events. The Games were a success, and the tradition continued every 4 years. Women were allowed to compete for the first time in 1900. Over time, new sports were added, and more nations joined. The Winter Olympics began in 1924, featuring cold-weather sports like skiing. They were held the same year as the Summer Games initially. Later, the Winter and Summer Olympics were staggered every 2 years. The Paralympics, for athletes with disabilities, started in 1960 and gained global recognition. Hosting the Olympics became a prestigious honor for cities worldwide. However, the costs of building stadiums and infrastructure grew extremely high. Some cities struggled with debt long after the Games ended. Despite this, the Olympics remain a dream for many athletes. The Games have faced controversies, including boycotts, doping scandals, and political protests. In 1936, Hitler used the Berlin Olympics for Nazi propaganda. The 1972 Munich Olympics were marred by a terrorist attack on Israeli athletes. In 1980, the U.S. boycotted the Moscow Olympics due to the Cold War. Russia retaliated by skipping the 1984 Los Angeles Games. Yet, the Olympics also created unforgettable moments of unity and triumph. Jesse Owens, a black athlete, won 4 gold medals in 1936. His victories defied Hitler's racist ideology and inspired millions worldwide. Today, the Olympics continue to evolve, embracing new sports and technologies. The psychology of chess masters possess a unique mindset that separates them from average players. Their ability to anticipate moves relies on pattern recognition and memory. Studies show grandmasters can recall thousands of board configurations effortlessly. This skill stems from years of deliberate practice and mental conditioning. Unlike beginners, experts visualize the game in strategic chunks rather than individual pieces. Cognitive psychologists compare this to how musicians memorize complex compositions intuitively. One key trait of elite players is their exceptional working memory capacity. They analyze multiple possibilities while filtering out irrelevant distractions quickly. Research suggests their brains activate both logical and creative regions simultaneously. This dual processing allows them to balance calculation with intuition seamlessly. Interestingly, chess prodigies often display advanced cognitive flexibility from an early age. Their brains adapt rapidly to new challenges, refining decision-making under pressure. Another fascinating aspect is the role of emotional control in high-level play. Champions like Magnus Carlsen remain calm even in time-pressured situations. Neuroscientists link this to heightened activity in the prefrontal cortex regulating impulses. Conversely, impulsive players often make blunders due to emotional interference mid-game. Mental resilience separates consistent winners from those who crumble after mistakes. Many top players use meditation to strengthen focus and reduce anxiety during matches. The concept of flow state frequently appears in chess psychology discussions. When immersed in deep concentration, masters lose track of time and external distractions. This zone enhances performance by merging conscious thought with subconscious intuition. Coaches emphasize replicating this state through structured routines and mindfulness techniques. Additionally, sleep's impact on chess skill reveals how rest consolidates learning and improves next-day strategy. Personality studies indicate chess elites often score high in openness to experience and introversion. These traits correlate with prolonged analytical thinking and comfort in solitary practice. However, extroverted champions like Bobby Fischer demonstrate that adaptability matters more than rigid personality types. Social dynamics also influence play. Rivalries can sharpen skills while excessive pressure may backfire. Artificial intelligence has reshaped modern chess training by exposing new strategic depths. Yet human creativity still surpasses AI in unconventional problem-solving scenarios. The interplay between machine learning and human intuition remains a hot research topic. The impact of sports on national identity. Sports have always played a crucial role in shaping national identity. Across the world, athletic achievements unite people under a shared pride. When a country's team wins, citizens celebrate together, fostering solidarity. Major events like the Olympics or World Cup highlight this bond. Athletes become symbols of national excellence, inspiring patriotism among fans. Historic victories, like the 1980 U.S. hockey team, define eras. Such moments are remembered for generations, strengthening cultural heritage. Sports also reflect societal values, like teamwork, resilience, and fair play. These ideals often align with how nations wish to be perceived. Rivalries in sports, like India versus Pakistan in cricket, intensify emotions. They showcase deep historical or political tensions beyond the playing field. Yet, sports can also bridge divides, promoting peace through competition. National teams often wear colors and emblems representing their country's identity. Fans don jerseys, wave flags, and chant anthems, displaying collective pride. This visual symbolism reinforces a sense of belonging and shared purpose. Smaller nations use sports to gain global recognition and respect. For example, Jamaica's dominance in sprinting highlights its culture worldwide. Governments invest in sports to boost morale and international prestige. Winning medals or hosting tournaments elevates a nation's global standing. However, losses can also spark national introspection and calls for improvement. Sports narratives often intertwine with historical struggles or triumphs. South Africa's 1995 Rugby World Cup win symbolized post-apartheid unity. Similarly, the Miracle on Ice boosted American morale during the Cold War. Such events show how sports mirror and influence national psyche. Yet, controversies like doping scandals can tarnish a country's reputation overnight. Sports diplomacy, like ping-pong diplomacy between the U.S. and China, proves athletics can ease tensions. Grassroots sports programs foster community bonds, reinforcing local and national identity. In multicultural nations, sports help integrate diverse groups into a shared culture. Debates over kneeling during anthems show sports' role in highlighting social issues. Ultimately, sports are a microcosm of society, reflecting its strengths and flaws. The mystery of animal migration. Every year millions of animals embark on incredible journeys crossing vast distances. These migrations remain one of nature's greatest mysteries, puzzling scientists for centuries. Birds, fish, and even insects travel thousands of miles with precision. How do they navigate such long, treacherous routes without maps? Some species rely on the sun, stars, or Earth's magnetic field. Others use landmarks, scents, or even sound waves to guide them. Monarch butterflies, for example, fly from Canada to Mexico annually. Arctic terns hold the record traveling from pole to pole. Salmon return to their birth rivers after years in oceans. Sea turtles swim across oceans to lay eggs on specific beaches. The reasons behind migration vary, including food, breeding, or climate changes. Despite advanced technology, many aspects of migration remain unexplained. Researchers use tracking devices to study these extraordinary journeys. Tiny geolocators, satellite tags, and radar help gather migration data. Scientists discovered that some birds sleep while flying over oceans. Certain whales follow ancient routes passed down through generations. Even tiny hummingbirds cross the Gulf of Mexico non-stop. Climate change now threatens many migratory species' survival routes. Habitat loss, pollution, and human interference disrupt these natural patterns. One fascinating theory suggests animals sense Earth's magnetic fields like compasses. Magnetite, a magnetic mineral, has been found in bird beaks. Sea turtles may detect magnetic signatures to find nesting sites. Elephants use infrasound to communicate across long distances during migrations. Desert locusts swarm in millions following rain and wind patterns. Caribou herds travel over 3,000 miles through Arctic tundra annually. Zebras in Africa move in circular paths chasing seasonal rains. The bar-tailed godwit flies 7,000 miles without stopping to eat. Bats use echolocation to navigate during their nocturnal migrations. Some sharks dive deep following magnetic ridges on ocean floors. Even plankton migrates vertically in water columns daily. Human-made lights confuse birds, causing fatal collisions with buildings. Wind turbines and power lines pose risks to flying species. Conservation efforts include creating safe flyways and protected marine zones. Ecotourism helps raise awareness about migratory animals' challenges. Citizen scientists contribute by reporting sightings of tagged creatures. Technology like AI now predicts migration paths using weather data. Understanding migration helps protect ecosystems and maintain ecological balance. The more we learn, the more we marvel at nature's ingenuity. The impact of deforestation. Deforestation refers to the large-scale removal of forests, leading to severe environmental consequences. Trees absorb carbon dioxide, so cutting them increases greenhouse gases. This contributes to climate change, causing global temperatures to rise. Forests are home to countless species, and their destruction threatens biodiversity. Many animals lose their habitats, pushing them toward extinction. Indigenous communities also suffer as their lands are destroyed. Deforestation disrupts water cycles, leading to droughts and floods. Soil erosion becomes worse without tree roots to stabilize it. Agricultural expansion is a major driver of forest loss. Logging and urban development further accelerate deforestation rates worldwide. The Amazon rainforest, often called Earth's lungs, is shrinking rapidly. Efforts to combat deforestation include reforestation and sustainable farming practices. Governments must enforce stricter laws to protect remaining forests. Consumers can help by choosing eco-friendly products and reducing waste. Palm oil production is a leading cause of deforestation in Asia. Switching to sustainable palm oil can make a difference. Technology like satellite monitoring helps track illegal logging activities. Educating communities about forest conservation is crucial for long-term change. Deforestation also impacts weather patterns, making storms more intense and unpredictable. Without trees, land becomes drier, increasing the risk of wildfires. These fires release more carbon, creating a dangerous feedback loop. Deforested areas often turn into deserts, a process called desertification. This reduces land available for farming, worsening food insecurity. Many medicines come from plants found only in forests. Losing these plants could limit future medical breakthroughs. Forests also support pollinators like bees, essential for crop production. Their decline threatens global food supplies and economies. Tourism suffers when natural landscapes are destroyed, hurting local incomes. Reforestation projects aim to replant trees, restoring ecosystems over time. Some companies now use recycled materials to reduce tree cutting. International agreements like the Paris Agreement address deforestation's role in climate change. Supporting organizations that protect forests can amplify conservation efforts. Reducing paper and meat consumption lowers demand for deforested land. Sustainable forestry ensures trees are harvested responsibly without permanent damage. Public awareness campaigns highlight the urgency of protecting forests. Indigenous knowledge plays a key role in sustainable land management. The behavior of wolves in the wild. Wolves are highly intelligent and social animals living in packs. Their behavior is complex, involving teamwork, communication, and strict hierarchies. A wolf pack typically consists of an alpha pair, their offspring, and sometimes unrelated wolves. The alpha male and female lead the pack, making key decisions. They establish dominance through body language, vocalizations, and occasional physical displays. Wolves communicate using howls, growls, barks, whines, and subtle facial expressions. Howling helps them gather the pack, mark territory, and warn rivals. Each wolf has a unique howl, allowing pack members to identify each other. Hunting is a cooperative effort, with wolves relying on strategy and stamina. They often target weak or sick prey, ensuring a higher success rate. Wolves can travel long distances, covering up to 30 miles daily. Their strong sense of smell and hearing aids in tracking prey. Wolves are territorial and will defend their range from intruders. Scent marking with urine and feces signals ownership to rival packs. Young wolves learn hunting skills through play, mimicking adult behaviors. Disputes within the pack are usually resolved without serious injury. Submission gestures, like rolling over, prevent unnecessary fights and maintain harmony. These lone wolves may eventually start their own packs if successful. Wolves adapt to various environments, from forests to tundras and deserts. Their thick fur protects them from harsh winters and extreme cold. Wolves play a crucial role in maintaining ecosystem balance by controlling prey populations. Wolves exhibit strong family structures, with pups raised communally. All pack members help feed and protect the young. Pups begin eating regurgitated meat at around 3 weeks old. By 6 months, they join hunts but still rely on adults. Wolves reach maturity at 2 years and may leave the pack. Mating occurs once a year, with the alpha pair usually breeding. Gestation lasts about 63 days, resulting in 4 to 6 pups. Wolves are monogamous, often forming lifelong bonds with their mates. Their survival depends on pack cohesion and efficient hunting strategies. Diseases, habitat loss, and human conflict threaten wolf populations worldwide. Conservation efforts aim to protect these keystone predators from extinction. Wolves have been misunderstood throughout history, often depicted as villains. In reality, they avoid humans and rarely pose a threat. Reintroduction programs, like Yellowstone's, show how wolves restore ecological balance. The importance of bees in ecosystems. Bees play a crucial role in maintaining healthy ecosystems worldwide. They are vital pollinators, helping plants reproduce by transferring pollen. Without bees, many plants would struggle to grow fruits. This would disrupt food chains, affecting animals and humans alike. Over 75% of global crops depend on pollinators like bees. Bees support biodiversity by enabling wild plants to thrive. Their pollination ensures forests, meadows, and gardens remain vibrant. Honeybees also produce honey, wax, and other valuable products. However, bee populations are declining due to habitat loss. Pesticides, climate change, and diseases further threaten their survival. Protecting bees is essential for sustainable agriculture and ecosystems. Farmers and gardeners can help by planting bee-friendly flowers. Reducing pesticide use creates safer environments for bees. Urban beekeeping initiatives also support local bee populations. Education about bees' importance encourages conservation efforts globally. Bees play a crucial role in maintaining healthy ecosystems worldwide. They are vital pollinators, helping plants reproduce by transferring pollen. Without bees, many plants would struggle to grow fruits. This would disrupt food chains, affecting animals and humans alike. Over 75% of global crops depend on pollinators like bees. Bees support biodiversity by enabling wild plants to thrive. Their pollination ensures forests, meadows, and gardens remain vibrant. Honeybees also produce honey, wax, and other valuable products. However, bee populations are declining due to habitat loss. Pesticides, climate change, and diseases further threaten their survival. Protecting bees is essential for sustainable agriculture and ecosystems. Farmers and gardeners can help by planting bee-friendly flowers. Reducing pesticide use creates safer environments for bees. Urban beekeeping initiatives also support local bee populations. Education about bees' importance encourages conservation efforts globally. Healthy plants prevent erosion and maintain nutrient-rich soils. Wild bees, like bumblebees, are equally important as honeybees. They adapt to diverse climates and plant species. Preserving natural habitats ensures bees have nesting sites. Avoiding monoculture farming helps sustain diverse bee diets. Governments can enforce policies to reduce harmful pesticides. Individuals can support bees by creating small pollinator gardens. Every effort counts in safeguarding these irreplaceable insects. Bees remind us how interconnected life on Earth is. The mystery of deep-sea creatures. The deep sea remains one of Earth's greatest mysteries, hiding creatures beyond imagination. Sunlight fades beyond 200 meters, leaving only darkness and crushing pressure. Yet life thrives here, adapted to conditions once thought impossible. Bioluminescent fish glow like lanterns, lighting up the abyss. Giant squids with eyes the size of dinner plates lurk. Strange jellyfish pulse with colors, their bodies transparent and fragile. Hydrothermal vents spew boiling water, supporting entire ecosystems. Tube worms grow taller than humans near these vents. Yet scientists have explored less than 5% of the ocean. New species are discovered almost every time we dive deeper. Some creatures seem alien, with fangs, glowing lures, or stretchy stomachs. The anglerfish uses a glowing bait to attract prey. The barrel-eye fish has a transparent head to see above. The gulper eel can swallow prey larger than itself. Pressure at these depths would crush submarines without reinforcement. Yet these animals survive, their bodies filled with special adaptations. Some lack bones, relying on water to hold their shape. Others produce antifreeze proteins to survive near freezing temperatures. The deep sea is also a graveyard for whale falls. When a whale dies, its body sinks to the bottom. Despite advances in technology, exploring the deep sea remains dangerous. Submersibles like Alvin can dive to incredible depths but risk leaks. Every expedition reveals something new, rewriting textbooks about marine biology. The Mariana Trench, Earth's deepest point, holds secrets yet uncovered. In 1960, the Trieste reached the trench's floor but saw little. James Cameron's 2012 dive provided high-definition footage of unknown species. Yet funding for deep-sea research is scarce compared to space. Many argue the ocean is just as vital to study. Deep-sea mining threatens these fragile ecosystems before we understand them. Corals that took millennia to grow are destroyed in minutes. Pollution like plastic bags has been found in the trenches. Even the most remote places aren't safe from human impact. Yet conservation efforts are growing to protect these mysterious worlds. Marine sanctuaries could shield unique species from exploitation and harm. Scientists also study deep-sea creatures for medical and technological breakthroughs. Enzymes from vent bacteria help in cancer research and DNA testing. The military studies bioluminescence for stealth technology and underwater camouflage. Perhaps one day, we'll unlock all the ocean's secrets. Until then, the deep sea remains a realm of wonder. The impact of plastic pollution. Plastic pollution has become a global crisis affecting ecosystems worldwide. Millions of tons of plastic waste enter oceans annually, harming marine life. Sea turtles often mistake plastic bags for jellyfish, their primary food. Birds and fish ingest microplastics, leading to starvation and death. Coral reefs suffocate under plastic debris, disrupting delicate underwater ecosystems. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch spans twice the size of Texas. Plastic takes centuries to decompose, persisting in the environment indefinitely. Toxic chemicals leach from plastics, contaminating water and soil. Humans consume microplastics through seafood, water, and even salt. Studies link plastic chemicals to hormonal imbalances and cancers. Landfills overflow with single-use plastics, releasing harmful greenhouse gases. Recycling systems struggle to keep up with plastic production rates. Developing nations face severe plastic waste mismanagement due to inadequate infrastructure. Rivers transport plastic waste from cities to oceans at alarming rates. Coastal communities suffer from polluted beaches and declining fish stocks. Tourism industries collapse as shorelines become littered with plastic waste. Plastic production relies on fossil fuels, worsening climate change impacts. The impact of plastic pollution. Plastic pollution has become a global crisis affecting ecosystems worldwide. Millions of tons of plastic waste enter oceans annually, harming marine life. Sea turtles often mistake plastic bags for jellyfish, their primary food. Birds and fish ingest microplastics, leading to starvation and death. Coral reefs suffocate under plastic debris, disrupting delicate underwater ecosystems. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch spans twice the size of Texas. Plastic takes centuries to decompose, persisting in the environment indefinitely. Toxic chemicals leach from plastics, contaminating water and soil. Humans consume microplastics through seafood, water, and even salt. Studies link plastic chemicals to hormonal imbalances and cancers. Landfills overflow with single-use plastics, releasing harmful greenhouse gases. Recycling systems struggle to keep up with plastic production rates. Developing nations face severe plastic waste mismanagement due to inadequate infrastructure. Rivers transport plastic waste from cities to oceans at alarming rates. Coastal communities suffer from polluted beaches and declining fish stocks. Tourism industries collapse as shorelines become littered with plastic waste. Plastic production relies on fossil fuels, worsening climate change impacts. Low-income neighborhoods often bear the brunt of plastic pollution. Activists campaign for stricter regulations on plastic manufacturers worldwide. Innovations like biodegradable plastics offer hope but remain costly. Education programs teach communities about waste reduction and recycling. Governments impose bans on single-use plastics like straws and bags. Companies face pressure to adopt sustainable packaging alternatives. Consumers increasingly choose reusable bottles and cloth shopping bags. Supermarkets charge fees for plastic bags to discourage usage. Scientists develop enzymes to break down plastics more efficiently. Ocean cleanup projects deploy floating barriers to collect debris. Artists transform plastic waste into sculptures to raise awareness. Documentaries expose the harsh realities of plastic pollution's impact. Social media campaigns rally millions to participate in cleanups. Celebrities endorse zero-waste lifestyles, inspiring fans to follow suit. Despite progress, plastic production continues to rise exponentially. Industry lobbyists resist policies that threaten profit margins. Misleading labels like biodegradable confuse well-intentioned consumers. Microplastics infiltrate Arctic ice and remote mountain regions. Rainwater contains plastic particles, proving contamination is inescapable. Its creatures remind us how little we know about our planet. Every dive is a step into the unknown, full of surprises. The mystery of the deep sea continues to captivate and inspire.